Okay, so we're back with the next match. Rizzy's taking on Raun, and we're already at grade 3 because I had to go get something to drink in the meantime.
Yeah, because he was dying. Dying!
But now that problem is settled. Rizzy already has Anchor Arm out, it's attacking for 30k. Raun no guards. Dual Flare is actually in play. So we're probably going to see Counter Blast, Energy Riser to the Soul, and then stand Jet Riser and stand Anchor Arm Rear Guard.
Huh.
So 17 at the Vanguard and 21 at the Vanguard. And keep in mind, if Dual Flare hits because it's boosted by Energy Riser. Oh wait, no, he can't because he can't counterblast anymore. Oh well. I was gonna say he could get yet another attack if he did that, but he doesn't have the counterblast. Euron healed, and he should be very thankful that he did, because otherwise he'd be at 4 damage to 1 right now. By the way, Euron is using Mega Colony. He's using
Well,
Machining, and he just rode Machining Stag Beetle over Machining Stag Beetle.
what now?
Machining Stag Beetle, when you ride it, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
pick 2 Machining Mega Colonies in your soul, call them to the rear guard at rest, but one of them was the starter that went into the soul and stood the one that got called out at rest and gave it an extra 3k.
The fuck?
Yeah, they can do that. Also, Machining Stag Beetle gets the power of the 2 units it called, so it gained 15k from calling those 2.
Alright.
So now, because it was boosted by Machining Cassus, whatever, Grade 1 6k Machining,
Uh-huh.
and it hit, he just stunned the Anchor Arm Rear Guard, so it can't stand.
That sucks.
So right now, Euron has a 15k column, but it doesn't mean anything because Anchor Arm is 10k. This is where this becomes a problem.
Uh,
And now he has a Jet Riser behind the Vanguard. That means Anchor Arm Rear can stand because of that. And he's gonna do it because Euron no guarded. He got a
well then.
he got a trigger and gave power to Anchor Arm, which means he's gonna stand it. He wouldn't do it if he wasn't gonna stand it.
Why would you?
I don't know, to go easy on him or something.
Mm.
So 17 to 15 because Euron got a draw trigger, and that was enough to give him the ability to guard everything else. And here's the Legion of Mega Colony. And it has your favorite ability. Counterblast 1. When your drive check reveals something in the Vanguard circle, the Legion or the Mate, choose all of your opponents. You can Counterblast 1 and choose all your opponent's Vanguards, and they cannot stand during the stand phase.
Eh, you know what? I'll just ride over it.
That's what you're gonna have to do every time they drive check one of those machinings.
By the way, I'm the weirdo who would just break right Overlord multiple times.
That's not weird.
Hmm.
Break ride over break ride is a legitimate strategy. Aichi
Yeah.
Sendo says so.
Who cares what Aichi says, though?
Rin also did it.
Again, who cares what Aichi says?
But when Rin does it, it's A-okay.
Exactly, because he's Rin.
Well, there you
Everybody
go.
listen. Everybody listens to Rin.
Apparently. By the way, he stunned Anchor Arms again.
Uh-huh.
And Rizzy doesn't guard the rear guard. So now both front row are now stunned. He only gets one attack next turn.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Luckily the Vanguard wasn't stunned as well.
Yeah,
Otherwise
that would
Rizzy would
always
just
be
have to pass the turn.
Yeah. Faster. I remember messing with somebody at a tournament once, just like I drew and just ended my turn. I didn't even ride.
Did you have a reason?
Nope.
Huh.
I just did it. It was just like, aren't you going to attack? I'm just like, nah, good.
By the way, Subliminal Gray just happened.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
I always forgot. Like, I've never heard of it until now. And it's just like, what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah, Soul Blast to draw one and then it shuffles itself back into the deck.
OP.
Thought you'd know about that by now.
Why would I? I'll play Nova Grappling.
Even still, you kind of keep track of the bullshit cards that you call bullshit.
Sir, there's only one bullshit card in my opinion, and that's anything that has to do with resting the Vanguard.
You realize there's like 3 of those now, right?
Exactly.
There's the Break Ride, the Fighter Collection does it, and what's the third one?
I swear
Oh,
to
and the
God, if the new
Legion.
I swear to God, if the new League Joker stuff that's coming out with the movie locks the Vanguard, I'm not gonna be happy.
Well, from what we can tell, that's supposed to be a win condition.
Suddenly,
Like,
it doesn't actually. You don't actually win by locking your opponent's Vanguard that just sits there.
that's like
I
the
mean,
biggest thing people are wondering is what happens if you lock the Vanguard. What
if
does
you
that
lock the
mean?
Vanguard, there is no Vanguard. Therefore, you cannot play. Therefore, you lose.
What the hell is he doing? You on 21, 31, 41. That's super no pass.
What is he doing now?
He's super no passed.
Who you? You were what?
Yeah, because Rizzy's attacking for 25, and he just guarded with 10, 20,
What's Rizzy's Vanguard?
30k. Anchor Arm.
What's Anchor Arm do?
It's generic. It only gets 5k when it's attacking. While
Wow.
in Legion.
It might just be so he can Legion next turn.
I guess.
Who knows?
I mean, if he wants to rewrite, that's an option, but what the? His drop zone is filled. I think he just miscounted.
It's possible. Or maybe he just really wanted those triggers in the drop zone.
I guess he assumed it was attacking for 26 or more, or something. Oh,
Probably.
Machining Stag Beetle has appeared again.
That's funny.
Why is he using it to bring out the Hornet Mark II? He could use it to bring out the Legion.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because Rizzy has a 10k Vanguard anyway.
Yeah.
So it's still a good column. Oh, he is abusing it now.
What?
Because his columns are hitting for literally 15... What would be 15 except it gained 3k. And then 30.
Huh.
He is abusing that Vanguard.
I mean, you can do that. That's fine.
So 30k, Rizzy needs a perfect guard, and I think he got one anyway. Although Rizzy did get a draw trigger, so he might just have the guards do it normally. Nope, perfect guard.
Why would you waste that much shield on something, honestly?
It would only take two 10ks.
Would it?
Yeah. Two 10ks would make 35. No, that would be one pass. So yeah, he was
Yeah,
right. It's a
I
perfect
was like,
guard.
wait a minute, isn't the generic 5K gainers only 10K?
It was because I thought he was a. It was because I thought he was a. I keep thinking
11K.
he's 11.
Yeah, I've done that before too with the generic 5Kers. It's just I sit there and think sometimes that they're 11K, so I'll like miscount. There are times where I'll just guard and I don't even care.
Rizzy used Transriser at a bad time. His top card was Subliminal Gray. It would have stood the Anchor Arm rear. But he's about to shuffle another Subliminal Gray into his deck, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know how to feel about this. I legit do not know how to feel about it. No. It's something that's happening with what I'm doing.
Oh, I thought it was because Anchor Arm keeps spamming itself.
No, like I don't really like. I mean, that's gonna happen. It's whatever at this point. But it's just like
Raun is no guarding the Vanguard. Draw trigger appears, and Jet Riser. And Yuan has just enough in hand. He doesn't have to use any intercepts to guard. Rizzy could have taken his entire field out if he had gotten a stand trigger. Or,
really.
just been able to stand. Yeah, because he would have had to use both of his intercepts just to guard, if in that case.
Uh,
So 15 to the Vanguard, blocked by 10k. 16 to the Vanguard. Rizzy has guard, he might win next turn. Because he can't stun anymore. Not to mention a grade 3 just came up in the twin drive check. And why did Yuan attack the rear guard?
because attacking rear guards is just a thing.
No, I mean the fact that it takes the same amount of guard and Rizzy's at 5 damage. You might as well attack the Vanguard because if they can guard, they're going to anyway. And if they can't, then you win.
Yeah.
So let's see if Rizzy can actually call one unit. Literally, if he calls one unit, then... Oh! Never mind.
What?
He just rides Mega Flare.
Mega Flare is a thing.
He wants to be sure. And
And isn't it
he
skill?
calls Dual Flare from the hand.
Isn't it skill like at rest?
Yeah, if at least 4 units are rested when he attacks, including the Vanguard, then he gets an extra critical.
Why do I get the feeling that that's a bad matchup to Mega Colony?
It would have been if he had been able to use that sooner, but he wasn't.
No, I know.
I mean,
It's just like
I'm saying right now, you're kind of right, actually. It's kind of a counter.
Yeah. That's just the feeling I get from it.
Like I said, it legitimately feels like a counter. And he no guards the first attack, and it's over. Good game.
Good games.
Moving on to the next one. Good job, Rizzy.